Eden Hazard's brother, Thorgan, has already confirmed that the former Chelsea star will not pursue a career in the dugout following his retirement from professional football. However, Mauricio Pochettino has the perfect opportunity for him to get his feet under the table at Cobham training ground. Despite reportedly receiving contract offers from 6 different clubs after leaving Real Madrid in the summer, Hazard decided to hang up his boots. In a statement on his official Instagram account, the Blues legend remembered the great managers, coaches, and teammates he worked with during his career. Despite remaining coy on his plans after retirement, many believed that Hazard would take up a coaching or management role in the future. However, Thorgan, who currently plays for Anderlecht, later confirmed that his brother will not pursue a career in the dugout. As quoted by a recent print edition of The Mirror, Thorgan said, "He is mentally and physically not capable of doing that. And we won't see him in the dugout as a manager either. He just wants to spend time with his family." While a future in the dugout appears to be off the cards, Pochettino has a lifeline for Hazard. A lifeline which not only sees the Belgian get his foot in the door of coaching and return to Stamford Bridge, but a lifeline which would see his former club rise like a phoenix from the ashes. Bringing Hazard, arguably Chelsea's greatest player, back to Cobham as a technical coach could be exactly what Mykhailo Mudryk needs to perfect his game. The Belgian would generally be an excellent addition to the academy coaching staff, with the younger players absorbing nuggets of crucial information and advice. However, following comments made by Pochettino about Mudryk earlier this season, Hazard would be far more effective among the first team. In September, the Chelsea boss told Sky Sports he is improving. He still needs to learn. The Premier League is very fast. The speed of the game is so fast. What's in it for Hazard, though? Well, he would be getting his foot in the door on the coaching scene at his former club while working with some of the world's top coaches. An exciting challenge and the chance to catalyze somebody's career to new heights. Eden, think about it, please. Victor Osimhen of Napoli is a man on the club's shortlist. Football.London understands the 24-year-old is very much liked by Chelsea ahead of the summer transfer window, and the club are considering making a move for the Nigeria international. Osimhen, however, would not come cheap, with the striker scoring 23 goals in 29 league games so far to help Napoli win their first Serie A title in over 30 years in a historic season for the club. The Blues view Osimhen as someone who can potentially help with their problem in front of goal, but are aware there will be immense competition for his signature after such a strong season. Chelsea will have no European football to offer the striker either, which could prove a sticking point in any negotiations. Strong in the air, extremely quick and explosive, with an unteachable knack in front of goal. Osimhen has all of the attributes a modern-day striker needs, and at 24, he has theoretically not even reached the peak in his career just yet. A move to the Premier League is something of a dream for Osimhen. The Nigerian has now been in Naples for almost 4 years after making the move from Lille in 2019 after spells in Belgium, Germany, and Nigeria beforehand. A lot of people worldwide consider the Premier League as the best and the strongest league, but now I'm in one of the best leagues in the world, which is the Italian Serie A, Osimhen said in March. I'm working so hard to make sure that I achieve my dream of playing in the Premier League someday, but like I said, it's a process and I just want to keep on this momentum and continue to do well. Napoli president Aurelio De Laurentiis, however, insisted earlier in the month that there is no way Osimhen will be moved on from Stadio Diego Armando Maradona this summer. De Laurentiis said, "I will not sell Victor Osimhen this summer, no way." Nottingham Forest tried very hard to try and sign Chelsea defender Trevoh Chalobah during transfer deadline day. Now, the player will be allowed to leave the Blues in January as he seeks regular first-team football. The 24-year-old was the subject of interest from Bayern Munich in the summer. Once that move fell through, Forest came forward with a £25 million bid that was accepted by Chelsea ahead of the deadline. Chalobah didn't fancy a move to Forest though. He chose to stay and fight for his place at Stamford Bridge, although he's yet to feature in any of Mauricio Pochettino's squads during the 2023-24 campaign. This news comes courtesy of the respected journalist Fabrizio Romano. He now believes that discussions could take place with Bayern once again, but suggests the race is wide open to land him. Chalobah has fallen way down the pecking order at Chelsea. He came through the ranks at Stamford Bridge and he's made 63 appearances for the Blues during his time in the senior Chelsea team. The player will now be counting down the days until January. He will be desperate to get out and play some football, and it will be intriguing to see where he heads when the window reopens. Forest target Chalobah has proved a very useful player for Chelsea when he has been called upon. Rio Ferdinand called him unbelievable back in 2019, and he was very impressed with the player who typically plays at centre-back. Forest looked to have moved on from Chalobah though. The club moved to sign Murillo and Andrew Amobamadil ahead of the deadline day, and the former has done really well since coming into the team. It's hard to imagine Forest signing another central defender as soon as January. As a result, this could be one deal that Steve Cooper is willing to park, with other clubs now vying for his signature. Things are beginning to look up at Stamford Bridge. 3 wins on the bounce in all competitions, with 7 goals for and just 1 against. It is exactly the sort of turnaround Mauricio Pochettino was after from his Chelsea side. Heading into the Brighton game in the Carabao Cup at the end of last month, the Blues were in the middle of a really tough period. Chelsea were winless in the 3 matches before that, losing 2 of them, and had not scored a single goal in September, leading up to the cup tie with the informed Seagulls. A resilient performance, however, from Chelsea on the night saw the hosts win by a single goal at Stamford Bridge, much to many people's surprise given their form leading up to that. Pochettino said after the game that he hoped the win would act as some kind of springboard for Chelsea, and it has proved to do just that. Back-to-back away wins against Fulham and Burnley in the Premier League have followed since, with Chelsea now looking a different side and, crucially, a team that once again looks dangerous in attacking situations. Next up, though, once the international break concludes, is a real test of where the side really are in comparison to their rivals. Last season's Premier League runners-up and possible title challengers this time around, Arsenal, make the short trip to Stamford Bridge. The Gunners did a Premier League double over Chelsea last term and come into the match as big favourites despite the Blues' recent upturn in form. It's a London derby, so usually we see a pretty feisty affair, and for one Chelsea man, that could lead to consequences. Enzo Fernandez is already on 3 yellow cards this season, meaning he is just 2 cautions away from facing a 1-match suspension. Fernandez, rightly so, has received plenty of plaudits since signing from Benfica for more than £100 million in the January transfer window. There is plenty you can say about his ability on the ball, but equally the Argentina international tends to get stuck into the action and rarely shirks a tackle. That in itself is usually viewed as a positive, but it has repercussions, and his tendency to get booked is one of them. If he picks up another yellow card against Arsenal, then he will be walking something of a tightrope for the really tough Premier League fixtures to follow against Brentford, Tottenham, Manchester City, Newcastle United, Brighton and Manchester United. Speaking last month, Pochettino explained how he pulled Fernandez and Nicholas Jackson to one side to talk about their disciplinary issues. Today we were talking about that because we were in a meeting with him, Jackson, and also Enzo, the Argentine said. Come on, a striker with 4 yellow cards, now 5. To protest and to talk to a referee, if you need to get yellow cards, do it in a different action, but not because of that.